Wondering if the Ergobaby Evolve High Chair is worth it? In short, yes. In terms of pricey wooden high chairs on the market, the Ergobaby Evolve 3-in-1 high chair to Toddler Tower conversion is one of the smartest buys out there that will actually end up lasting for years to come. In this video, I'll walk you through some of the unique features compared to competitors, specs, and how it works with all the different conversions and whatnot to help you decide if it makes the most sense for your family. And be sure to hit that subscribe and notification bell because in my next video, I will do an in-depth look at how this compares to the Stoke Trip Trap, which we had for 3 years with our 2 kids. In the description box below, I'll link chapters, so if there's a specific section of this video you want to jump to, you can do it with ease, as well as links to shop it from various retailers so you can get the best deal possible. First, what is the Ergobaby Evolve High Chair 2-in-1 versus the 3-in-1 option? So as the name suggests, with the word evolve in there, this high chair is literally designed to evolve with your child through the various stages. Stage 1 is going to be a traditional high chair featuring a 5-point harness, a foot bar so your baby can make sure that their feet are rested for optimal positioning, and an easy to wipe clean full seat. And then the high chair itself can be pushed up to a table, or it has a removable tray topper. Personally, I really liked having that option. It makes cleaning a lot easier. The 2-in-1 version basically converts from the high chair to a regular chair by just clicking off the top part and putting on this back right here. So simple. And when you do that, the footrest that was used for baby now is just like your butt seat. The 3-in-1 version converts to a toddler tower, aka a kitchen helper. A kitchen tower is one of my favorite items to have in the home. It basically is like a kid's step stool, but like better than a step stool that lifts kids up to countertop height so they can be a part of the action, able to independently wash their hands, help in the kitchen, reach things. All in all, like one of my favorite items. I have a full blog post and YouTube video walking you through how to choose the best toddler tower for your family that I do suggest giving a watch as well after this video. As far as which is better, the 2-in-1 version or the 3-in-1 version, personally, I think the 3-in-1 version all the way. It's no secret, we are huge fans of toddler towers in my house. When you look at the price of the 3-in-1, especially compared to other high-end wooden high chairs on the market, it really is a no-brainer and makes it actually worth the money. In my baby product regrets video, I even said I don't think expensive wooden high chairs are worth it because by the time your kid hits those toddler years, they much prefer to sit in your lap and eat or walk around and eat, or I found the most success feeding my kids in a toddler tower. The high chair was pretty much useless for us after 12 months with both of my kids. With that said, the kitchen helper design is not necessarily the safest for 12-month-olds. I go into more detail about like what to look for when choosing a toddler tower and helping you make that decision in my actual toddler tower review video. But basically the all open side design definitely leads a little bit more risk for falling. I think they even recommend this for 2 years old and up. And I will say my son's almost 2 and he loves to use that handlebar as a pull-up bar and loves hanging from it and swinging from it. So definitely know your child if you choose to go that route. But I will say like he's fallen from it. It's super low to the ground. I'm not overly concerned about it. And at the end of the day, it's parents' responsibility to keep an eye on their kids, even when using the safest designed toddler tower. My kids absolutely love this toddler tower, and I like it too because in our old house, we ended up having 2 toddler towers because they were always fighting over it. Whereas this one, the actual standing platform is big enough for them both to stand in at once. Additionally, it is the easiest one for them to climb up into. The 2 steps are just like perfectly designed for them and they love it. So to kind of like sum all of that up for you, if you are okay with waiting to use a toddler tower until your child is 2 years old, then this definitely makes sense. Or if you plan to use it before 2 years old, don't put your kids more than arm's reach away from you, and know that there are some major safety concerns of falling because everything's open. Which I guess leads me to, can I purchase the 3-in-1 conversion later? And the answer to that is yes. You do not need to start with getting both. You can wait and see if you find it is a need for your family. And of course, you guys are probably wondering how easy is it to both set up and switch positions between all these different configurations, and I'm happy to say they made it extremely easy, probably the easiest on the market. It literally took me like 10 minutes to set up the actual frame. I did use an electric screwdriver though, even when the instructions said not to. Otherwise, if you're just gonna use like the little Allen key, it'll probably take you 20 to 30 minutes. And the legs have these little symbols that you literally just match the symbol and slide them right on. So simple. And then to switch between the stages, there's a quick release button, both in the top section as well as for the bottom areas, where you literally just push the buttons in, pull out the old stage, and push in the new one. Although I will say the first few times I did this, especially on the actual high chair one, it did kind of take a little finessing and finagling before it really started to glide in and out with ease. As far as what makes the Ergobaby high chair different than others on the market, as far as I know, it is the only high chair that converts to a toddler tower. So while a lot of other brands convert their high chairs to regular seats, none of them take it that extra step into the toddler tower. Beyond that, it is one of the easiest transitions between the different stages I have seen out there. The other awesome thing is you can fold this entire setup no matter which stage configuration it's in. You can fold it with the actual high chair still on, and you can fold it when it's in the toddler tower configuration, but you do need to remove this base over here first. You really just lift it up and the feet actually can have it stand upright all on its own. Overall though, it's really easy to fold and store away when not in use. In terms of the negative reviews for the Ergobaby high chair, or what you should know before buying, it does take up kind of a larger footprint than a lot of others, so definitely make sure to check out the specs in the blog post version of this video to make sure you have a room for it. The next is going to be just limited height adjustments. So while you can drop that foot rest, I think 2 settings, maybe 3, I can't remember exactly, it's definitely not a ton of choices. So at points there may be some awkward fits. Now with that said, having had the Stoke Trip Trap, that gave you way too many height adjustment options that you're just never gonna use. So I haven't found this to be an actual issue we experienced. The other kind of con to their toddler tower setup isn't necessarily a con because it's a safety feature, but let me explain. Basically, the feet have an anti-slip grip. When I first got this, this basically felt immovable when I would go to slide it with one hand. As we've had it for more time, the anti-slip feet have gotten dirtier, it's become easier, and I would say it has the level of resistance of your average dining room chair. My kids also can't slide it around the kitchen quite as easily as they could their other toddler towers, but with more time, they've been able to handle it a lot better. So just kind of keep that in mind, when you first get it, it may not be able to easily slide around with one hand, but over time, it did get easier. The next thing is that the attached high chair tray, going to need to use 2 hands for both on and off. Now the workaround they provide for this is you strap that in with your 2 hands, and then you have that gray removable tray you can do one-handed. As far as how easy it is to clean the Ergobaby high chair, it's so simple. There's not a lot of cracks or crevices for things to get stuck in. You just take a damp cloth, wipe everything down, and if you want to do a deeper clean, you can even remove the harness and soak it in a bowl of water and spot clean that accordingly. I probably wouldn't throw it in the washing machine and then just let that dry out before adding it back on. And if you're wondering whether the Ergobaby high chair is good for baby-led weaning, I'm happy to say it is. They have that awesome footrest so that baby can go ahead, plant their feet for stability while they are engaging their core and proper muscles. I'm not a feeding therapist, but basically that's what the feeding therapist said, is that your baby should be in an upright, self-supported position and have their feet firmly planted for stability, which this chair provides. Like I said, if you're gonna spring for an expensive wooden high chair, the Ergobaby is definitely gonna be my top choice. Pricing is on point with competitors. The quality is flawless, and the added functionality of the toddler tower conversion ensures that it's actually going to get used beyond just a year. In my opinion, it's the least risky investment in terms of expensive high chairs on the market currently. Plus, it folds up when not in use, so it can easily be stored away and used as a step stool for years to come. Although I should note that they do say there's a 100-pound weight limit, but I've used it as a step stool too, so kind of take that for what it is. Drop me a comment below. Let me know, do you guys think it's worth it? Is there a different one that you like more on the market? I'd love to hear it. I'm sure others would love it as well. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss my next video on how the Ergobaby Evolve High Chair compares to the Stoke Trip Trap chair, and I know you guys won't want to miss that. Be sure to go ahead and check out my Ergobaby Evolve Baby Bouncer review, as well as my baby products must have and regrets playlist. As always, my name is Rachel. Have a good one.